I can't believe how much it turns me on just to be your man. All right, that song was on in the car, bruh.
Yeah, so that was your jam. That was your.
There's no hurry, don't you worry.
Encore.
We
You want
can
encore.
take our. That was all right.
You sound like the dude that does the Bill Ford Tough. That's what he said.
That's crazy how marketing works like that, huh? Because I feel like that probably gets a lot of like country heads for sure.
He's her.
I think it's the same guy that does the Dodge Ram ones too, right? Or is it a different dude?
He's just got like a monopoly on like all the truck brands, like Ram.
What's your guys' favorite slogans for like any brand? Like just do it is just like up there. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just like a life.
My favorite one, my favorite one that I'll never live down. Price, value, selection. Nobody even comes close. Nobody. At the Men's Fashion Depot.
Yo, low key, no homo, but Arby's, we've got the meats. Like,
we've got the meats.
Like I don't ever go there, but like low key, that kind of slaps. I ain't gonna lie.
If it doesn't get all over the place, it doesn't belong in your face.
That was a good one. That was Carl's Jr., right?
Yes, sir.
That was a good one.
When they had Kim Kardashian on there with that commercial, they wasn't right.
I know the Paris Hilton one was wild, and I was like, "This is what we doing now."
Carl's Jr. really was about it for like a few years back then, yo. They had hoochies talking about double waist and beat. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when I thought BBC stood for bacon. What was it? What did I say? BBC stands for barbecue bacon cheeseburger. Okay, and I'm not getting away from that.
Oh my god. No. Ooh wee. Man.
Hilarious. Let me pull up the
agenda.
It's good. You good? I'm gonna just introduce it there real quick. What's going on, Piglets? It's your boy Taylor B, and I'm joined by my enthusiastic co-hosts Daniel and Joey. And today we also have a special guest, my boy Fabrizio. Fabrizio, it's your first time here. After this, I'm gonna let you get a little opportunity to introduce yourself. But welcome to another installment of Culture by the Uncultured. And before we go any further, be sure to click that follow or subscribe button. And remember, Culture by the Uncultured is available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Culture by the Uncultured. All right, boys, we're here. You know, we're back in the purple tier. We're back in the. I think we got a curfew now, right? Is that what I've been hearing? I've been hearing news
10 p.m. That's
shit.
my bedtime.
Excuse me, what?
It's 10 p.m. The curfew.
Yeah, it's supposed to be indoors by 10 p.m. or something like that. For like
Wait. Excuse me. Time. Are you telling me that they putting us on timeout? Like we can't even just be safe for those of us who have worked Monday through Friday or whatever your schedule is, where you're pretty much occupied, and then you have off days. Now they're telling you, nah, you ain't got no off days.
Here's the craziest thing that I thought was hilarious too. Somebody put out there, what does the COVID have a curfew?
Right. Yeah, like I've been out all day already traveling. What's the difference at night? Like I get the curfews a few months ago was when the whole like social injustice stuff was happening, and there was a lot of like looting and
people out and
protests and in the midst of coronavirus. But like now it's like, bro, like what? And you know what? The last 2 or 3 weeks, traffic has really increased. And this whole purple tier thing or whatever that started a few days ago, that did not stop anything. I got full blown traffic on the way home from work today, and all week, to be honest.
Shit. All I'm saying is you gotta grab your toilet paper. About to run.
Yeah, I heard people going crazy with the toilet paper again.
Hold on to your shit. Yeah.
Get your toilet paper, your Lysol wipes, whatever you gotta do. You better stock up right now because it's gonna get wild like last time.
Something crazy. But how y'all doing? How y'all feeling?
Well, my weekend just got cut in half. If I gotta be in the house by 10, wait a minute.
Daniel was out there trying to be a freak in the streets.
Man, that was low key breaking news right now. Like, whoa, let me.
Yeah, you just
Keep in
Pop
mind,
Adam, I'm on.
I don't know how effective this will be. I know this is something that Newsom put out, so I don't know how stringent this is going to be. He just said it, so I mean, I don't know that cops going to be, hey, what you doing driving out here at 10 o'clock? I don't know if it's going to be like that, but I mean, I just saw that too recently.
I ain't listening to a damn thing Newsom got to say if he out here breaking his own rules. I'm not doing it. It's not.
Facts.
That dude went to a shelter that I work at, and when it was all lockdown, no haircuts and nothing. This motherfucker had a fresh, he was getting his haircut somewhere.
Yeah, but I mean, he probably.
Hey man, hook it up with your barber, sir. Like I'm trying to get one too.
Yeah, those guys got personal barbers and stuff. We not on that level yet, but soon come.
Shit.
Soon come.
Yeah, just wait
shout out my barber John.
Hey, you know what though? You can't travel after 10 p.m. if you're an essential worker like your boy. I'm just saying. So I'll just be like, keep my name tag with me at all times.
I'm trying to go to work right now. Leave me alone. But I'm really trying to go to my hoe's house.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Don't even fake the funk. I do not play with these police, bro. You know what I'm saying? I get pulled over. Excuse me, sir. It's 12:30. You're not really supposed to be out. Well, guess what? I'm trying to get some coochie, and it's essential. I promise. Okay, so just let me go about my business. Give me the damn ticket or don't. I'm still gonna get it.
It better be worth it though.
Real quick, I want to give the floor to Fabrizio. Let the people know a little bit about yourself. Longtime friend of the show.
Shit, nobody special, long time listener, first time caller. Fabrizio, I've known all these motherfuckers for like 10 years, so it's cool. I always listen to you guys' podcasts. I support the homie. I'm not like those fake ass people that spend a bunch of money on other people's brands and don't help out their friends. So that's
ouch.
Just saying.
Let him know, Breeze. That's right. Let him know.
Like and fucking subscribe, bitches. We're trying to get this money.
Talk your shit, King.
Actually, there is this dude in San Diego. His phrase is like "talk your shit," which is funny because that's like one of the phrases that I always use, and I got a hat that says that.
We all kind of got our own. We all kind of got our own little slogans that we use every day, and we don't even realize it. You know what I'm saying? Like I say for show, like 150 times a day. Don't even realize it, bro. Texting, regular conversations. My boss at work, hey, can you make sure this is blah, 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 blah? And, I work at a law firm, so you would think, oh, yeah, sure, right away. No, I'm just, yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like when we're all together, we always do like shows that we've all seen. Like, I know, like, whenever I'm around Joey, I always hit the for sure from fucking Workaholics when he's wearing the bear skin.
It's better have my honey.
Yeah,
I remember that one.
Oh man, that's a classic. I've never said this out loud, but I've always I think about this constantly. I've always wanted to hit somebody with a poop dollar. Poop dollar, bitch.
Poop dollar. That's horrible.
Oh man.
Actually, before we slide into the docket here, I kind of wanted to bring something up. I had a conversation with one of my friends yesterday.
Okay.
You know how it's not that serious. you know how there's terms for the Eskimo brother is? So okay. So the Eskimo brother, for people that don't know, an Eskimo brother is two guys who have had intercourse with the same girl, whether they know each other or not, because they've both hit. They are Eskimo brothers. Now, it's something I was kind of noticing just being on social media, here and there every day. There's a lot of, I'll just speak from my perspective. There's a lot of girls that, post a lot every day. And if you're a guy who likes and comments on those posts, you'll notice the other guys who do so. Now, your intentions might not be to get at this girl, but because you're always on there, the assumption is that other people think that you are trying to get at her as well. But as a guy, you acknowledge the other guys who are getting at her. So like there has to be a name for people on social media who acknowledge each other like mentally, but don't talk to each other even though they have the same goal. You know what I'm saying?
I thought that was called the Sancho.
No.
That's
Sancho
pretty much like
that's like you're
doing on the side. You know what I'm saying? That's not really.
I've been in
But there has-
Seinfeld before.
It's 2020. All I'm saying is we should have terms for all these by now.
A term for other guys.
But are they just dudes who are fucking commenting like they this thirsty motherfucker? I always see them on here.
You can kind of tell, bro.
She doesn't even reply. She doesn't
exactly.
She doesn't hit him back.
There's girls. I'll admit, there's girls. I don't exactly have any intentions with them, but if they're cute or if they're funny or whatever, I don't mind flirting in front of everybody because one, I'm funny. When you're funny, you can get away with a lot of stuff. So your jokes always apply, but it's also, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I get a lot of that type of love. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But while me being who I am and doing that, I've realized that I might be upsetting some of these other dudes who actually trying to get at this girl.
This guy Peter over here looking at Joey's comments, man, but it's like making her laugh.
But it's but it's like I should be able to inbox these dudes and be like, hey bro, what's wrong? You know what I'm saying? Like what's going on?
Did you just cut out there, Joey?
Is that your bitch?
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
You're not a fucking robot.
Am I cut out?
You cutting out right now, bro.
Oh no. Oh no.
Fix your Wi-Fi.
Oh no, to be continued.
Oh man, it's all right though. It's all right. I think
I'm in there.
It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, we got the gist of it.
But that's
continue.
Hilarious. So I've never. I feel like I know exactly what you're talking about because like low key, like even just like some friends that are girls that I know that like I always see dudes on, and it's like it'll be like a picture of them where they're like quote unquote modeling and they're like half naked or whatever, and I'm just like, man, if your wife knew you like this right now, she probably wouldn't appreciate that very much.
I just think it's weird that some people, like, if they're not, like, say they're not the people with, like, 20, 30, 50, 100,000 followers, but, like, they got, even though, just a couple thousand or even a few hundred, like, there's dudes that are always, like, liking or talking on their shit, but they don't really like or even want to mess with. Like, why don't you fucking block their ass? Like, I would be weirded out if somebody was trying to creep on me. Like, but obviously maybe they like the attention. They're like, this is good for the algorithm, like. But I don't know. Even just personally, I would just feel weird. I would just block people I don't want to talk to, or like if people are annoying like that.
Oh, I bet. I mean, I feel like I know like quite a few women who have like been exposed by like a man has exposed himself to them through like their DMs, or like they'll be in the DMs or the comments even saying something crazy like oh man, show me like can I DM me, or I just inboxed you or something, and it's like, bro, like chill out, fam. Like this is she's just trying to chill, take a picture. Like this is a regular for her. Like this ain't like she's not here for you or nothing like that. Like this is her trying to be on social media. Like she's chilling, like.
Yeah, but even those dudes that just comment like, hey, or oh, you look so beautiful, if they do it on fucking every picture, like come on, those are like those dudes that if you look at people's Facebook history and their messenger, they got hey from like 2004, like 2005, like hey, how's your
talking to themselves in the DMs?
There's a name for those guys too. They're called simps.
I just don't get
Simp gods. They gotta let their
just block them, man. Like, why are you even friends with them? I don't get it.
Hey, some might enjoy the chase. Like, oh, look at all these, like my little army of simps right here. I'm never gonna talk to you, but my little army of simps right here. But let's get into some of these topics, man. Let's start off with some heavy stuff. All right, and it's gonna take a couple topics actually. So. Rappers getting shot, right? Benny the Butcher, and I'm sorry for laughing. Benny the Butcher and Boozy Badass, as some might know him. They were shot in the leg. Benny the Butcher was shot in an attempted robbery. I'm not really sure what happened to Boozy. I think he just got ran up on or something like that. Both of them, luckily, made it out with their lives. There was rumors going around saying that Boozy was going to lose his leg, like it was going to be amputated if he didn't get care. And then I guess his manager cleared that up. And then apparently Boozy posted today that he needs to find like a specialist doctor. Otherwise he might not have a lot of time or something like that. Like there's something seriously wrong with like whatever's going on with the wound. And he posted like stuff for like, like letting he does like promo and stuff on Instagram. That's like the majority of how he makes money besides obviously doing music as well. Benny the Butcher, pretty much, he got shot, went to the hospital, was on a private jet that same day, went over to meet Westside Gunn. It was kind of an unfortunate circumstance, especially because I know like Westside Gunn was recently on the Joe Budden podcast and was talking about how much Benny was like super excited about like, you know, his album dropping. And he just said he's been everywhere, man. He's like, you know, doing like promo for people and, you know, like going to like club events and stuff like that, you know, like, so I'm like, oh, that's pretty dope, dude. Like, you know, he's out here enjoying, you know, his you know, his time in the spotlight, especially because the album was fire. No lie. The album was super dope. And then obviously, you know, a couple weeks ago we had King Von unfortunately pass away in an unfortunate event with Quando Rondo's crew, which, by the way, Quando Rondo apparently released another song, and I haven't heard it myself, but it's been spreading kind of like wildfire, where he basically alludes to lyrics about like free the guy Lil Tim, I think is his name, that shot King Von and killed him, and saying that like, you know, of course we're claiming self-defense. The proof is right there. The fans acting like the police, and you know, go pick up your boy and all this stuff. It was really fucked up. And 600 Breezy, these are probably just rappers that many of you guys don't know, you know, saying like, oh, like stop canceling shows and perform that song Pussy and stuff like that. And it's like, man, like it sucks because at the same time we have like grown men, like well into their 30s, almost 40-year-old men, Young Jeezy and Gucci Mane. They did a versus yesterday, and even that still had some tension behind it. And I guess what I'm trying to get to right now is, I know like we've had our conversations behind the scenes about like, you know, people like leaving the street life or like talking about whatever they talk about, like kind of inviting negativity or violence their way, you know what I mean? Not being scared, like, oh, run up pussy or whatever, I got this trap on me, whatever the case may be. Obviously flaunting their wealth or letting people know that they're wealthy, you know, or well off, making themselves a proverbial target. What do you guys think could really happen that could ever put an end to it? Because even with the Gucci Mane Young Jeezy thing, that's not over. Like, I don't think it's over by a long shot. I mean, you put a hit out on my life, I don't think I could ever forgive you for that, to be honest. That's just my opinion, and I don't blame Gucci for kind of, you know, being a little bit disrespectful as he was during the verses.
I think people don't really fear energy anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like there's stuff that we always used to hear, you know, me growing up, I always used to hear, you know, what goes around comes around, and things about karma and your energy, and people just, they don't know if what they're doing is worth it. Like, is what you project and the perception that you allow and provide a lot of times, is it really worth the quote unquote success, the fame? Like, when you glorify violence and things like that, and if something happens to you, obviously, you know, it's kind of an easy way for people to say, well, that's what you get. You know what I'm saying? And that might be cowardly, but it also plays into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody can get shot. It doesn't mean just because you're a rapper or just because you're, you know, any part of society doesn't mean that. But every day you have to do your best, you know, to stay out of those situations that would enhance that. You know what I'm saying? So like, just do your part to stay away from it. Stop speaking that stuff into existence. These guys, what was his name? Quando Rondo. Yeah. People are mad at him for making disrespectful lyrics, but to be honest, what's the difference from the disrespectful lyrics he did or said before this dude died? Yeah. It's been the same stuff you're glorifying, and other people are glorifying you into fame with, is the same stuff that they criticize you for. So is it really worth it? You know what I'm saying? Like, there is no peak of success with a lot of these rappers' careers. I won't just say music artists, because I'll be very honest. I believe that the rap industry part of music, that genre specifically, has done a really shitty job with trying to protect its listeners. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we get it. Like, it's hype, it's this, it's that. It might be real for some, but from my personal experience, the actual street people, like, you know, folks from the streets, gangsters, thugs, and this and that, even a lot of people in those situations ain't built for it. You have a lot of people just singing about it, rapping about it, think they're cool about it. Like, but really the people who's actually struggling and living these lifestyles, they would do anything to get out of it. So I don't get the hype. I don't understand it. And I just don't get, you know, talking about missing people once they're gone, but it's like, you guys didn't do your best to keep these people out of these situations to begin with. You know what I'm saying? And people talking about, oh, that's disrespectful, he had a family, had this and that, but it's like, yeah, he used this type of music or this kind of lifestyle to provide for his family, but obviously if you don't get out, you're stuck. And what are you gonna do about it? Cats is pussy. Like, I don't know how easy, how well to say that, but cats are pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, they shoot now. They just shoot.
You can sum it up with pretty much one sentence when it comes to all these rappers. You can just pretty much say you reap what you sow. I mean, if you're going to put that type of energy out, you're going to talk that certain way to people. My dad used to always say, you can say what you want to say, but you're going to say it to the wrong person one day. He always told me to tame my tongue like that. He's like, think before you talk, look around before you start opening your mouth, because you could be in the wrong neighborhood to be saying the wrong type of thing and all that. So
it's the same guy that be trying to bump like hella Crip music in blood neighborhoods or blood music in Crip neighborhoods.
I just be trying to, I be doing what the Tekashi did, I'm calling out that gangster. Anyway.
No, it's facts. That's true. I know a lot of tough individuals, mostly men, but I know a lot of tough individuals who are parts of gangs or parts of this. But apart from the stuff that they post or the colors that they be wearing and stuff like that, when you actually know these people, y'all are regular ass citizens. Don't play yourself, and don't go selling some kind of persona for financial gain. Yeah, you might be able to do a little this, a little that, but you got to understand, the people who don't play about that are the ones that, like you said, Daniel, you're going to say it to the wrong person one day. And a lot of those people have no feelings, show no remorse, you know what I'm saying? No fear, nothing. So just be wise with the lifestyle you choose, because there's going to be wild folks out there.
Yeah, but how many times are people around the? It's because most people just talk shit and do whatever because they don't think anybody's gonna do anything. That's the thing. Like, you can talk. I mean, that's why people talk shit on the internet or just whatever. Because
you onto something.
There are people who are gonna pull up on you and do whatever, but it's gonna be one out of every 50. So they've set it to 45, 50 people comfortably, and then it's one. So they're like, you ain't really going to do shit, because most people won't. Let's just put it that way. Like, most people aren't going to do that.
I think you're on the one right there with the social media, because when social media really became like a primary sort, like a primary outlet for communication, which it is now, but when it became that, I would say, I don't know, maybe around 2005 to 2010, somewhere around there, social media really took off, but it gave people the opportunity to communicate, but not just for good. It's for the negative stuff too. So like you said, people talk shit online all day, every day. Half of the people take it as entertainment, and some have to ignore it because they know that it will bother them. You know what I'm saying? So it's making people bold, but how bold are you for real?
But let's say, honestly, if someone talks shit to me on the internet, I'm not going to say shit or do it. I don't give a fuck. But if I see you in person, then it would be a different story. Yeah. I'm not going to waste my energy to go track your ass down. I'm not about to go, driving through your neighborhood, looking for... Man, I got shit to do, But if I see you at the grocery store,
real talk,
it's all right.
It's all that talking you doing online, I know you got some pretty strong thumbs. You know what I'm saying? But other than that,
I don't got time to argue on Facebook all day. Okay, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna go look for you. I got shit to do. But if I see you, then I'm gonna fuck you up.
And another thing, Brandon, with all that I be doing, I ain't never been pressed for it. So
yeah, I told you. See, you're like, nobody's gonna do shit because they probably won't. 90% of them.
He's also usually in a car driving down the street. It's not like we're pull up to a neighborhood. All right, let's park right here and just fucking start blasting shit. It's not like that. But I get what you're saying, though.
They got cars too.
Honestly, if somebody told me to pull up somewhere, I would not do it. I'd be like, you can come to, I'm not going to your territory. That's a setup.
You want me to pull up with these California gas prices? Got me blown, buddy. I don't think so.
Who paid for my gas?
Shoot, I got to put 5 in the tank just to get the pump too.
And we're in purple tier. I'm about to get pulled over on my way there.
It's also crazy too with all the shootings and with the Jeezy and Gucci Man and all that. And Tekashi 6ix9ine still is okay. Out of all the people that are getting messed up right now and killed,
he disappeared though.
Same. That's exactly what we're talking about, Brandon. People came after Tekashi 6ix9ine because even though how he got into this kind of thug life was probably fabricated and a little phony, once you're in and you move and you push that agenda to your fame or finances or whatever, you either get greedy and you're stuck doing that, or you're already in too deep. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just involved with too many people who's not going to do you any good. It's the same thing for all these other guys. It's the same thing. Whether you're real about it or not, obviously if you're real about it and use your talents, like if you're a gifted singer or rapper or whatever, use your talents to, you know, build a platform and get paid off of it, great. But you already know what it is. The same shit that got you up is the same shit that gets you killed.
And they say the real gangsters travel in silence anyways. So.
Big facts.
Dude, that's my favorite. That's when he's like move in silence and I don't talk a lot. Meek Mill.
So sound like a know you clap. Silencer. You don't even know you clap.
I mean, think about it. Do you ever hear J. Cole or Kendrick really speaking out like that?
Nope.
Yeah, but it's all these really tough cats that's on social media trying to clown each other. I mean, these are everyday things that we see with people in our community. There's no way we can look up to these musicians or music artists and rappers because ultimately they're just more well known than we are, but they're the same cats making stupid decisions, you know what I'm saying, as well. So
did you guys watch the verses by any chance?
Bro, they had us waiting for an hour, bro. I turned it off. I went back on later and I listened. I was not impressed.
Bro, yesterday I fell asleep after work and didn't wake up till 11:30.
I know. I saw that. You posted that.
I just want to know at what point of the night did they play So Icy?
They actually played that song, and it was the last song they performed it together too.
Yeah,
right, perfect.
Yeah, I heard the ending was the best. I didn't watch it because I fucking canceled my Apple Music subscription because I'm not paying for that and Spotify anymore.
They got it on YouTube.
It's on Instagram. Instagram's the main.
I wish I would have known. Every link I saw was fucking Apple Music.
Nah, Instagram. Instagram's the main one. Instagram. Look up Versus. Follow it. I'll tag you next time or something.
I was also at work, so I wasn't searching hardcore, but I heard it was all right.
It was upsetting. I ain't going front.
I'm sure it would have been better if they would have done it way back in the past. Like, I mean, shit, it's been forever, and like, it was cool. But
I was saying today, there's some because you know, once you see a versus battle, your mind starts going into who would you want to see. So who we got next? Who y'all really want to see?
I heard it was supposed to be T.I. and Lil Wayne, but I don't know if that's
There's no way.
T.I., come on, bro.
Somebody today posted that everybody's looking at 50 Cent and Ja Rule like,
That's not gonna happen either. I think 50 Cent said that he would be willing to do the game though.
Oh, that would be super dope, honestly.
But Ja Rule and him, that's never gonna happen. Which I still don't understand. I don't understand how Jeezy and Gucci make it happen when he put a hit on that man's life. But 50 Cent, all he did was dismantle his whole career and his life. And his company. How is that worse?
The man bought the first 6 rows of a Ja Rule concert, and so nobody would show up, bro. So it would be empty. Come on,
that beef is for
petty.
They'll be like well into their 50s, 60s, 70s, still being petty as heck.
Bro, you know what though? I honestly, I don't think Ja Rule would do it regardless, because you know Ja Rule's kind of small.
Does Ja Rule have 20? Ja Rule's not small. He's a big guy.
He looked kind of thin and small in comparison to 50. I think 50 would make
50,
him.
I think is a bigger guy, but Ja Rule's not a little dude though at all.
He's not a small peanut head dude.
No. He's like I think he's like 6 something, and he's like
tripping.
Here I'm gonna look it up right now on Google. I'm pretty sure
looking it up right now.
Siri, how tall is Ja Rule?
Siri knows Ja Rule?
She gave me.
You know what though? If Ja Rule comes through, he's gonna have to bring a Chauncey.
She looked up an address for me. How tall is Ja Rule?
5'9", sir.
He's only 5. No way.
Yeah, I mean that's normal.
5'9".
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I could have sworn he was like 6'1" or 6'2".
Who are you thinking about? This dude was eye height to all his girlfriends, Ashanti and all them hoes, bro. This dude's short. Yeah.
50 Cent is only 6 foot. He's as tall as me.
Yep.
Wow, that's
bro.
crazy.
You got to remember these celebrities. They're not like. They're not big in stature. They're just big in names.
I heard Big Sean is only 5'7".
Well, Big Sean is a little guy. You know, he should be called Little Sean. I don't know why his name is Big Sean. Whatever.
Tory Lane's like 4'6", so you know.
Oh shit, that dude smells sick.
He's super tiny.
Oh, we should
his ass around.
We should go into that one real quick. Real quick, bro. Real quick.
We're dealing with music artists anyway, so we can hit up the new music.
Speaking of that, Tory Lanez, I'll just do it real quick. Tory Lanez pleaded not guilty, and Meg actually put a diss track in her new album, I guess. And Meg actually won some kind of award. You know, these awards are bogus. I don't even like that I brought that shit up, because Cardi B won an award this year and she didn't put out no fucking music. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And all she did was have a freaking her marriage go into some kind of roller coaster, and all of a sudden you're the woman of the year for something. Bitch, please. Come on, bro. I'm sorry.
Megan Thee Stallion's new album, Good News. It uses a lot of samples. Juvenile's Rodeo, Jackson 5's ABC, Webby's Bad Bitch.
Sounds like a clout chase.
It's a lot of samples. The first song on the track, or on the album, is a diss to Tory Lanez, and pretty much the biggest line that I remember getting from that is that obviously that Tory lied and that he's a bitch who used a bitch gun, because I guess it was a 22, and she's basically kind of saying that's why it didn't do so much damage or whatever, and that now him and her old like friend or whatever, they're not friends anymore, I'm assuming, are in cahoots now. So she's just like, and then she maintains that bad bitch energy, which I kind of fuck with low key, because I ain't gonna lie, the song What's New, that song made me feel like a bad bitch low key. I was like, oh shit, pop that thing a little bit, poke it out, But the album was cool. It's unfortunate that whole situation is even going on. Obviously, there's some other references throughout the album that reference the situation clearly, but I mean, overall, the album is like, I'd say it's like some mid. It's not like something great, especially because all the samples kind of like take away from like originality or like the creativity of it all. Plus, I also looked at the song credits, and I can't remember what song it was, but it was just like a ton of names, like from like major artists like Nas, Missy Elliott, Jasmine Sullivan, Partisan Fontaine, and like just a bunch of people on one song. And I was like, I get that is how a lot of songs are made, but like you go to the next song and there's only like 4 names, and you're just like, what? Like, and it's not anything that's like, none of the music is anything that's like, damn, like this is the song of the year, this is going to be the album of the year, like this is straight fire, this is that heat, this is what the streets been waiting for. It's like, for a debut album, it's mid. I mean, it's cool. I could play it at a party, at a club or something, but it's like, it's nothing that I'm going to like be like, I'm adding all these songs to my like playlist and I'm going to play them on repeat until fucking tomorrow or something,
Well, when you have a lot of like writers and samplers, and now I won't speak for producers and like beat makers, because that's just a separate part of the creative process. Not everybody's gifted that way, but when you have a lot of people helping you with your songs, it makes it very impersonal. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of those things that you're saying might sound cool, but for people who like music and kind of gravitate toward the artist themselves to keep playing their music, you're not going to feel anything that's really genuine from her except for a few bars. You know what I'm saying? Because if you have all this writing and all this help on there, it's like, well, is this really you, or are you just the face of this? And I don't know if I like the face of it already. She kind of looked like Yoshi. No, I don't know. Whatever.
See what?
Do you not see it?
Anybody else listen to the album?
I did not, just because I'm trying to stay away from that situation already. I'm tired of hearing about it.
I feel you. What about you?
I feel that.
Fabrizio?
Nope. I didn't get to that one on the agenda. I don't really fuck with her personally. I mean, I think everybody likes her, like they like how you're saying, like that energy or whatever, but I don't even know if like she's really like that, if it's just a bunch of hype, like,
it's bits and pieces.
If a bunch of people, I mean, start getting behind, oh yeah, that's a bad, whatever, like, then it just kind of, especially with the internet these days, everybody just kind of starts thinking that, and it's like, she ain't even that cool. It's like just a bunch of hype. I don't fuck with her like that, so I won't really comment on it, but that's what I see a lot of, not just with her, but with other women too.
Do they have like via social media, do they have like ways to block certain topics? Like I think that's next, right? Like your personal settings.
Probably.
Like do not show me any topics that involve this name, that name, you know what I'm saying? I think that would be easy, and that would actually help people's, clear their mind and their feeds from the stuff that either annoys them, bothers them,
The easiest way is to stop following certain outlets, but as of right now, I don't think there's any way to like just specifically stop.
They need to get me in Google.
The only shit they got is if you have like an advertisement and you like don't want to see the shit.
Yeah.
That's already advertised.
Exactly. So instead of just blocking the ad, you should be able to block keywords that stop topics from coming. Because even if you don't want to see it, if your feed is full of a bunch of stuff that you don't like, those advertisements are going to start coming your way because it sees that it's on your screen.
Bro,
Yeah,
I cannot stand that damn Postmates ad. I don't want no damn pad thai.
Oh, Daniel was telling us last week's episode, we talked about Land Before Time. And as soon as Brandon posted it, Daniel was getting suggestive videos on his YouTube about watching that movie.
Oh, have you seen, there's like, I think a TikTok or something, and the dude's running around talking to Alexa and all his girls' iPhones saying PS5, PS5, PS5. So that way,
oh my gosh.
that way on his chick's advertisement, it starts to see PS5 so you can get it because they'd be listening.
That's hilarious.
And scary, but hilarious.
Honestly, I hate the advertisements, but I can't hate on monetizing. I mean, chase your paper. Like I would, gotta do the same if I was in the position.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Roz from Monsters Inc. Always watching. Like they're always on your ass, bro.
You know what though? They supposedly say that they don't listen to you, and that the reason why they can have suggestive things is because your phone gets to know your personality and your thoughts so well because of the stuff that you like because of your habits. But I don't be buying that shit.
Oh yeah, I don't got no problem with electronics infiltrating my mind. That's okay.
I mean, quick side note. Even though we're in music, but I mean, like, do you think that's why the Pope accidentally liked that girl's picture on Instagram?
The pipe? Yeah, most definitely.
I just want to know if it was an accident, and I heard he's being investigated about it. Like they're looking into his Instagram.
I was
or something.
actually just reading about this. It says that the Vatican is like really looking into Instagram, wondering how it happened. Like as if it was like they're like, I swear this wasn't me. Somebody must have been in my logged in my Instagram account. Like how did they let that happen? But
I'm just curious as to why the Pope is on Instagram at all. Like you would think that if he has an Instagram, it would be like operated by like one of like the other like members or something, not like.
Well, that's why I'm saying.
Hey guys, what's up?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's why.
But did you see the pic that he liked though?
That girl had buns.
Right, okay, so that don't make sense, right? I think it's a cover. we talking about a cat. Hey, look, I'm sorry, but we talking about an old ass Catholic priest, right? Since when was they ever into big booty bitches? I'll wait.
Are you trying to insinuate that it should have been a young boy?
I'm trying to say, how sometimes gay politicians have a fake marriage?
Who's
he's trying to put out front.
Yeah, he's putting on a front. Oh damn, I better like this so they off my case about little Johnny. Yeah, no.
You know what though? This was just a little Catholic schoolgirl outfit, and you know what? He was just admiring God's creation. He's just
the new uniforms.
Yeah, he's like, God has blessed you. The school just got these new uniforms. I approve.
Oh my God.
Work hard, pray hard. Okay.
I actually really hadn't looked at this picture till now. I mean, I might like it too. I'm just,
I can see how the devil got to him for that one, for sure.
It's so funny because it says the Vatican's all pressing Instagram, like, hey, who logged in our account? Like, motherfucker, maybe if your fucking password was more secure.
All right, back to the topic of music. Meek Mill with the Quarantine Pack. Did anybody take a listen to that?
Brother, no, I haven't listened to no new music. I'm actually going to do it this weekend.
Oh, for sure. I mean, in my opinion, go ahead and skip it. Just wait till Meek drops the next album.
Well, damn, that's a drop right there, bro.
This
why didn't you like it?
It just wasn't like. I guess like I like when Meek Mill's aggressive, and kind of hard hitting. I don't really like softer tone Meek. He had songs featuring Vori, who I don't know who that is. He had songs featuring Lil Durk.
Brandon's all
They were
about
just
that.
a little bit.
Brandon's all about that. Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? Yeah.
But he had a lot of that energy in his last album too, though, and that's why I feel like this little like 4 songs he put out, they were a lot softer in tone. And what he was talking about like real shit still too, which was cool. Like I always appreciate Meek Mill. Like he talks about the streets, he talks about like his family life, stuff like that, like stuff that's really going on, stuff that matters. But it's just like the energy he was bringing to it, I just wasn't feeling it. Like I don't really see this taking off or anything like that. It's just probably some songs he wanted to put out to fill the void that's the gap between his last album and the next album he's dropping. I'm guessing at least, and he hasn't really been making much noise. So that's my take on that. Really, it's not like super crazy or nothing like that.
So you're saying his 2020 didn't really get any better?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Amen.
Unfortunate.
So neither of you guys listened to it? Daniel, Joey, neither of you guys listened
Not yet. I have
listened
not,
to
but
it
Brandon
today.
said it's only 4 songs.
No, this is the first I'm hearing about it. I was listening to that St. John album one day.
Oh yeah, I listened to that earlier, but I listened to a few of the albums because Brandon sent me the shit earlier.
Go ahead, Breeze. What you think?
Well, I mean, I like Meek Mill too. That's why I said like my favorite phrase is like when he's like move in silence and I don't talk a lot, and like that shit that makes you want to ride out and fuck with somebody, maybe really pull up to somebody's neighborhood. But I didn't like this shit because he raps fast a lot, but this time like I was even listening like close, and it just felt like it was just like boom, and like it was just the same flow, and like you couldn't even really understand a lot of the shit he was saying. So
Almost like it was just like one of those let me try to stay relevant in their mind type of things.
He was just trying to rap too fast. Like you can rap fast and you can speak clearly, but I don't know if it's his, if he's got a lisp or what. But I just couldn't. It just wasn't very clear, and so that's why. And it was like the same like da 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 boom da 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 boom, like over and over, and so it was kind of annoying. But I mean, I thought, to be honest, I thought it was better than the Jeezy album that we're gonna probably talk about. So
I did not actually listen to the Jeezy album. But
you didn't? Oh,
no,
you put it on the motherfucking agenda. You had me listen to that.
Well, no, the docket is mainly for like just to like let you guys know. Like I'm gonna bring it up so people know about it, like the audience in general. But I mean, if you want to listen to it too, I mean, like most of the time,
motherfucker,
Joey
I was
and
trying
Daniel
to do my
don't.
research.
And I appreciate you for that. I appreciate you for that, man. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I listened to the Jeezy album while I was driving earlier. It actually started off good. The first 2 songs were cool, but then it got kind of and the reason like I don't fuck with it is because honestly, like St. John album, like I don't know if you guys noticed, but I like albums where like the whole vibe, like the whole album is like kind of the vibe. Like I know
That's Daniel.
Someone talked earlier about how the Baby songs are all like kind of similar, and I was like, that's why people like that person. Like St. John, his album, it's kind of all similar. Like the Jeezy album, it had a few good songs, but then it's kind of I like a shit. Like if you're gonna do an album, like I hate those albums where it's like 13 songs and like 2 or 3 of them are good.
Jeezy is very Jeezy is kind of consistent with his flow to a fault at times too, but that's why he makes good hooks, or he's been on songs with good hooks, like the famous choruses in his songs. You know what I'm saying? Because he has kind of like that powerful raspy type of voice. But
yeah, one thing I did notice about when I was like really, because I haven't listened to him in a long time, just to be upfront. But when I was listening to the album, like every song did have a couple like real good lines, and I was like, okay, well at least he's got a few punchlines in like every song. But it wasn't like every song was like really good.
Facts for sure. I feel it.
Well, you also one thing I gotta tell people about listening to Jeezy too is you have to be listening with a subwoofer to fully appreciate Young Jeezy music. I'm just gonna say that right now.
No, because Daniel, people don't know Daniel. Daniel, you could hear me before you see me. I got King Kong in the trunk. King Kong,
bro. Facts.
Yeah, bro. I thought it was an earthquake one time. I was laying down taking a nap. This fool was coming over. And my window, you know how your windows just kind of rattle? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck is this? Like that scene from Jurassic Park. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck going on? Then he pulls up playing something. I'm like, sheesh, bro, I can't hear the words. Like, oh my God.
The bass used to just be like,
Trunk had the bubble back.
Yeah, for real.
You know what? That might have been something about Meek Mill's song too. Like I was thinking, I was like, is it the words or is it just like his instrumentals and other shit's kind of covering him? So I don't know what.
Sounds to me like, based off of Fabrizio's concerns with like how it sounds like there was a mixing problem and probably some production that could have been, elevated
Maybe
a little bit as well.
Maybe the fucking pandemic got him too. They're on a budget in 2020.
Oh man,
like, I ain't doing no concerts. I ain't making no money on the road. I'm gonna have to hire this random motherfucker off Instagram.
Jeez, I guess this time Meek did not inherit the earth. Okay.
Moving on to the St. John album, While the World Was Burning. I mean, I think we all listened to that for the most part. Like as far
I did not. You guys go ahead.
Daniel, what's your thoughts on the St. John album?
Man, I love this album. I don't really know whether it was at the beginning or the end because I had it on shuffle. I didn't even realize it was on shuffle, but I was just like, God, this is hitting right now. But I really enjoyed it. It was a different vibe. There was that one song on there, like I think it's called Roses, and I was like, I could have sworn this song is like a year and a half old, like, but it was still hitting for a little bit on there. But I really enjoyed the sequencing on there. It definitely was a vibe, and it definitely had me dancing in the car on the way home. So he definitely did a good job with that. As far as that, I have to listen to it, a good 2 or 3 more times if I want to, dissect any of the lyrics and all that. Because when listening to him, he has that distinct voice, or you can't really understand what he's saying. But if you listen really hard, like for 3 times in a row, you'll get it. But I really enjoyed it, though. The vibes really got me going.
The song Roses is actually very old. It actually has over 1 billion streams already. So it's one of those, like, plug it into the album to boost the numbers on it, I'm assuming, at least. I thought the album was some mid. It's not necessarily bad or good, but I thought the first half of the album was worse than the second half. Like once it got to the I think it was like Monica Lewinsky election year.
That's my favorite one.
With the baby, and then Future, Kanye West, JID. Like all the features after that were slapping, and like it just kind of picked up in a pace for me. And I was like, okay, like I like this a lot better than when I was first listening to it. I was kind of like tuning it out. I wasn't really feeling it. I kept like leaving the album and going to other songs. But once it got to that point, when I would go back to the album, I was like, okay, like I like this. I'm feeling this or whatever, But yeah, it was all right.
Yeah, actually, I like that Monica Lewinsky song. That's probably like one of my favorite ones that I could recall off the top of my head because I only listened to it once, most of the album. So I think that was probably one of the better ones in my opinion. But I just like I personally like that style of music. Like, it's just kind of upbeat, like you're in a good mood, like you're like chilling, makes you think, especially if you're driving. I think it's a good driving album.
Oh, for sure. It would definitely be good for that. That's a fact.
So that's how I was listening to it in the car, cruising around, had some shit to do. So I thought it was pretty good. Better than the G. If we're gonna rate the albums that we went over, I would say, besides Meg Thee Stallion, because I wasn't in there, I would just say it was St. John, Meek Mill, and then sorry, Jeezy. I know you won the verses last night, but you're last today.
I could agree with that personally. That's not a bad little ranking system. If throwing Megan Thee Stallion in there, I might say she's the second, maybe tied for first, but just because it's a different vibe than the rest of them, in my opinion. But overall,
maybe I'll give her a shot later tonight when I gotta drive to Oakland. I'll put her on my Spotify.
They're gonna be jumping in Oakland once you pass by some houses. Watch. Oh, who's playing that new Meg Thee Stallion?
Oh shit.
Some other singles that dropped. IDK, he dropped a single called 2 Cents. DaBaby dropped a song called My Brother's Keeper, which is also a memorial song for his brother who passed away recently. He actually also dropped a video for it as well, and I showed some of like I don't think the funeral itself, but it looks like the repast and other things, and obviously just kind of speaking from the heart. So prayers to DaBaby and his family too, through this trying time as well. I'm sure.
Tierra Whack dropped some too, Peppers and Onions.
There you go. There you go. All right, Tierra Whack. I haven't heard nothing from her in a minute. She dropped something a couple months ago, and I was just not feeling it. And I was like, "Come on, sister. Don't disappoint me."
I mean, come on. It's in her name.
Oh wow, nah, not like that. Nah, she fired. She fired. She fire though. Real quick, taking it back to kind of entertainers and stuff like that. I have a couple of questions I wanted to give you guys or to ask of you guys. One of the things, real quick, Michael J. His health is in decline, so he's decided to retire from acting. Most of you may know him from the franchise Back to the Future, obviously. I think he had Parkinson's last time I checked, and I guess it's just getting really bad for him. So he's, kind of pretty much done with that. He's done a lot of like independent films and stuff like that. I haven't really seen him in anything like any major role recently. I've seen him do like a lot more like cameos and stuff like that, like little quick things where I'm sure he can kind of like manage to keep it together for however long, for a short period of time, obviously. But I wanted to pose a question to you guys. Like, how do you feel when like your favorite artists of some sort, singers, musicians, actors, even sports players, how do you guys feel when it's like time for them to go, like to retire or whatever, like once they're done with that? Like for me personally, like Peyton Manning, he's probably the reason why I started watching football. He was my favorite football player. And after he retired, I feel like I don't watch football as much as I once did. I still watch it from time to time, but I mean, like it's definitely a lot less than I used to watch it,
But even if you still watch it, you still be able to see him every Sunday. He got them damn commercials. Nationwide is on your side. You'll see
I know,
every Sunday.
But I mean, I just kind of like I just enjoyed watching him play. I don't know, like just a good guy in general. Like I feel and so like he's just somebody I enjoyed playing. He was a great hell of a talent, obviously. And I haven't really like found another player or another team that I'm just like, oh man, like I'm gonna go all in, for this player, for this team or whatever,
I'm a little on the other side of the fence on this topic because I actually feel happy for guys that play their career and finish. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about established people. Like if I'm a fan, it's most likely because I've drawn liking to like their talent. So if you're established, I'll be just happy and proud of your career when you're done. It's the people who I think are good who just kind of, don't have a choice but to stop playing that I kind of feel more for. You know what I'm saying? Because I got homies. I've played football and baseball and basketball with friends growing up who had, chances of going to these major leagues. And some have, but then they just didn't cut it all the way. And it's more, not so much disappointing, but just kind of wish it could have worked out for them. But when you see like one of your people that you're a fan of finish, if it's a full length career, yeah, I feel no ways. Congratulations, do this. Also, as somebody who's played on many sports teams for different sports altogether, you learn people's personalities and you understand that a sport, by title, like whatever you play, that is totally secondary to like who you are as a person. So you never really take it personal. As for musicians and actors, though, I don't know why we kind of expect them to do that stuff forever. Like the greatest musicians, yeah, they'll do it forever because they love it. They have a passion. But like actors and stuff, do we really expect these people to do that forever? Like, is that all they're really good at? Or is it just a money flow thing? Like you can only make so much at a time. So you got to keep going back to it.
I think for acting, it's more of like sports. I get on a grander scale just because, like, obviously the human body can only endure so much, obviously. Injuries start becoming more rampant.
Mm-hmm.
It takes you longer to recover, etc. But for, like, acting and, like, music, obviously, it's, like, you kind of have, like let's take acting specifically right now, right? Like, you have, I feel like, a longer time frame, and it's kind of cool to see that, like, evolution of life through, like, the screen, you grow up a childhood actor or whatever, right? Everybody sees you grow up, you become like, some heartthrob teenager or whatever, right? And then, like now you're a young adult and, you're getting this more serious roles, like you're the main character and all this stuff. And then, you kind of like, you age gracefully most of the time because actors like look, obviously gorgeous for the most part. And then, you kind of start to see like the trend of them. Oh, they're getting older roles. They're the auntie, they're the mom, oh, now like she's getting a little bit older now. Now she's the grandma, she's the great grandma or whatever, you see them develop like the roles changed over time, like even like an action star or something, like they're doing action movies their whole life. Then it kind of slows down to where like they're the, people still want to see them kind of be somewhat of a badass, but they get like the secondary role, not the main role. You know what I mean? Like for example, like Samuel L. Jackson or whatever. You know, like obviously we've seen him being a badass like for most of his film career, but obviously now he kind of takes more of a backseat role instead of like being the main character of like whatever movie. You know?
And some people look kind of silly when they still do the same kind of movies throughout the years.
Oh yeah,
because like you said, you get older. Some people gain a little weight, look a little older. So it's like, bruh, like a perfect example, Steven Seagal. This dude got really old and hella fat, right? But it's like he's still doing karates and shit in his appearances, and it's just like, bro, I know for a fact you can't turn that fast no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't play. So it just kind of looks goofy. Like, how about another one? What's his name that played in Grease?
John Travolta.
Travolta. You ever seen him in Wild Hogs?
Yes.
It's just kind of goofy, ain't it? Like it's kind of like I get you're like the heartthrob guy, or you were, but now that you're old, it's like play an old man role. You know what I'm saying? Like play an old man role.
Sometimes it can kind of work in your favor too, because like somebody for like Mel Gibson, for example, right? He played a lot of like action stuff like when he was younger. He got older and he kind of played like, you ever see the movie Get the Gringo?
Mm-hmm.
That's such a good movie, and it's like he doesn't have to be like the gung ho badass that he was like Lethal Weapon. He's like using his mind more. It's still somewhat of an action film, but it's like it's a lot less like, oh, I'm gonna be like beating up guys and like doing cop stuff and like being like, you know, explosions and this and all this crazy stuff. It's more like, all right, cool, like you can still do this like suspenseful, like you know, somewhat of a risk taking, you know, career, but you don't got to be like the young guy that's like super hardcore. Go like Tom Cruise. That guy's gonna break his body before he retires for sure, like permanent damage. For sure, because he doesn't use a stunt. He doesn't use a stunt man. He does all of stunts himself. And half the movies he's in, he breaks something and then heals and then continues doing the movie. So it's like somebody like that. I'm like, bro, you need to chill out, because that's gonna really mess you up in the long run. And it's like, are these movies like you're already etched in time? You don't need to keep doing this stuff.
Who's your guy's favorite old person actor?
Favorite?
I know mine, because I feel like he was always a badass and he's still a badass. I'm talking about Clint Eastwood, bro.
That's a great one.
The way let me look at it. He's 90 years old.
Gran Torino was
Is he the dude that
Gran Torino was a great movie. And it's like, yeah, he's got like that slow paced kind of demeanor and that sincere stare, but like he pulls that off, and it only got better with age. He's like, I'm terrified of that man.
That's a character death. That shit hurt. That shit hurt super bad.
Mm-hmm.
His character in Gran Torino, when he died at the end of the movie, spoiler alert, there might be a couple spoiler alerts, so just be aware that we're probably gonna maybe ruin some movies that you might not have seen. When he died at the end of that movie,
if you ain't seen Gran Torino, buy Netflix.
Dude, that movie is fucking one of the best movies.
Absolutely,
because that's what I was trying to think of. I was like, is Clint Eastwood the one in that? And then he's like, Gran Torino. I was like, that is fucking, yeah. I googled it, and now it's like that movie was dope.
Then he's like living in the hood too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then aren't they Asian? Isn't like Asian?
His neighbors are Asian, and like the gangbangers in the city or in like the neighborhood he lives in are Asian. They're like their cousins or something. I know, like I think they like raped the fucking daughter or something like that. Like he's trying to impress the boy. Or not impress the boy. He's trying to teach the boy, and like he like even lends him his car so he can take out this girl, and just it's so crazy how like
real player shit.
It starts off with him being a racist, him like befriending this boy who's like working on his stuff because I think he tries to steal the car at first, and then Clint Eastwood's going to kick his ass, and then like, you know, they make a deal to like, you had to work for me for however long. He starts teaching this kid, and then he like changes his mind, and then he understands that there's good and bad in both people, and then he realizes like his own family doesn't fuck with him, so like this young kid does, so like he starts fucking with that young kid. And I think when he dies, they're reading off like the everybody wants the car, I think, or something like that. They want the car, and then he leaves the car with a boy.
Kind of like some reverse Miyagi situation.
It was dope, man. That movie was so good.
That was a good. But my question was, who's y'all favorite senior citizen actors? One of them, by the way, two of them actually just passed away in recent memory. We have Pops John Witherspoon, rest in peace. And also
Connor.
Jerry Stiller, Ben Stiller's dad. He was one of my
yeah.
favorites. Him and John Witherspoon, both two of my favorites.
Both of them hilarious.
Rest in peace to those guys. Yeah.
I might either pick Sean Connery or the dude that
Like a
what
Jack-
is it?
Jack guy or like a Morgan Freeman. Hi, this is Morgan Freeman. I have many freckles. Like, what the fuck?
Who's the guy that played Magneto in? Okay, so okay, I have multiple. Then it's either going to be Sean Connery, Patrick Stewart, or Ian McKellen, the guy that played Gandalf, and he also played Magneto in the X-Men movies. Those three guys have played some super badass roles.
My favorite old guy, he's been dead for a while. So, but I really get, by the time he was dead is really when I got into his old movies, and I realized he was such a great actor. It was Rodney Dangerfield. I really enjoyed all of his old movies, bro. Like,
Yeah, he was hilarious.
like they pop up every now and then on YouTube, and I literally pull the truck over and I'm gonna watch at least 30 minutes of this before I do anything.
That
Have
makes
you
so
seen
much sense
Have you
now.
seen Rover
Oh my God.
Dangerfield,
I have not.
Haven't seen
the
what?
dog movie? Rover Dangerfield.
No, I haven't seen that one.
It's a cartoon movie. He's a dog. You got to watch that one. That's a must. I think if it's on Prime, bro, we might have to get it on Amazon.
Yeah, I was watching Back to School the other day when it pulled over. I really enjoyed that one.
That one's hilarious too. Well, you got any favorite old folks, Fabrizio?
Honestly, I don't watch that many movies, but I mean, I don't got nothing out of the ordinary. The ones that I fuck with would be like some of the same, like I fucking Denzel Washington, Samuel L. Jackson, Clint Eastwood. Those are probably,
I guess
a few off my
those
head
do
that are
apply
like
now. They're pretty
everything
old.
that they're in is like pretty good. Yeah, they're definitely established. And then like how Brandon's saying like, oh, how would you feel like if anything happened? I'm like, it sucks and it's sad, but then I'm just like appreciative like of all the good shit that they gave me. I'm like, man, that was really cool. Like I'm just happy that like I got to get a little piece of that. Like they blessed us. They blessed a lot of people like just with the content and just, it's their job, they're entertainers and, sports people and musicians, whatever, but it's like, even if you don't know them personally, you get to know like a part of them, and it's like, I'm just like, well, thank you, man. Thank you for everything you did.
I'm not gonna lie, I cried one time when Steve Smith finally retired. I remember because he was doing his like speech and everything like that, and then because I always talked about Steve Smith growing up, but nobody really knew like how much of a favorite player he was.
People used to call Daniel Steve Smith because he was short and catch.
And he wore the jersey. He used to wear the jersey, bro.
Like I was like a for real fan of that dude, and then I cried a little bit when they let him go and he went to the Ravens, and then when he finally like because I watched the mic'd up version of his last game, and they showed him talking to everybody, saying goodbye to people and stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie, I teared up a little bit, and I was just like, I'm not gonna see this no more. You see this face? That means I scored. No more that talking smack to everybody, bro. Like, that's probably the only one that's really affected me like that. Like even when Kobe, when Kobe passed, I didn't really shed a tear like that because that was when my dad passed away, so it was bad timing for Kobe to get any emotion out of me. Yeah, but when Tiger Woods gone, maybe I'll shed another tear on the left side.
On the left side.
Man, that guy needs to retire. Like when you're talking about like you're fading out. I mean, I guess golf is an old person's sport, but maybe you just playing for fun now. That motherfucker knows he ain't winning no competition.
Don't say that in front of Daniel. Don't say that in front of Daniel.
Hold on, no. I got this.
Hold on.
Golf has two careers though. Golf has a 30, like a 40 and under, and then a 40 and over, and that's when the real game starts.
Well, let me just say that. I mean, they had him all hyped up on ESPN the other day. Like he was doing all solid for like the first little part of the little contest, but you know, he maybe he needs to play the par 3 course, a little 9-hole.
Jeez. Sheesh.
I almost force choked you right now, but because I know what you're talking about. Where you got a 12 or you got a 10 on that one hole.
Yeah, he was like doing that.
But nobody want to talk about how he buried 5 in the next 6 holes right after that. So,
that is pretty damn good, though. That is pretty damn good. But he did get that 10 on the par 3, so I don't know. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah. That's like throwing 5 picks and then throwing 3 touchdowns on the next 3 series. Like, you still threw 5 picks. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he's not terrible, but you know, he's just, I mean, he's probably ideally, I mean, really not gonna like get first place in anything for, not that I could see.
Well, who knows, man? You got to remember,
but
Tiger did a lot of his damage in a short amount of time. Like, he got caught up to the all-time records like pretty quick. So the fact that he's been on a drought for like the last, I don't know, 10, 12 years, 13 years says a lot that he still has time to like surpass a lot of records, you know? So we'll
he
see.
just won last year.
But I'm saying, like, over the course of years, the consistency of winning, he still has a lot of time to cap those stats. You know what I mean?
Daniel probably knows. Doesn't he have I don't know, a bunch of like not like health
Back.
problems, but you know, like like injuries, I guess. you
Yeah,
know?
he's had 4 back surgeries. He's had one knee surgery, and like this last back surgery, they were like, if this don't work, like you're done playing golf. If this back surgery don't work, so he had to do a fusion surgery on his back. So.
Yeah, I mean, medical technology is really advancing, though. So, like, they could come up with something, and then he could really be back to normal, and then that would be cool. But, I mean, you never know. I mean, medical technology is crazy. So, but I just know that he had a bunch of injuries.
Think about that, though, too. The advancement of sports as medicine grows and all these, you know, new forms of, like you said, technology in the medicine field. Think about people who are not going to have to worry about how they feel the next day or recovering from training. All these stats and all these records they're not going to exist.
You'll see
no
the true monsters.
like
the true
football,
monsters
basketball, baseball. Exactly, because back then, like I would say before the year 2010, half of your job was just how to train right,
stay healthy.
But as soon as you have all these, different, you know, things helping you physically, then you just work on your game. So like things like basketball, like the points record, that stuff's going to get blown out the water in the next 20, 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Like there's going to be people dominating in sports. So we just got to enjoy it now before it gets a little too crazy.
That's when they're going to start introducing hydraulic systems to fucking cleats and exoskeletons for fucking linemen and just going crazy with everything, you know.
Bro, just think we're a few years away from there being video games on ESPN, like live stream, you know, like tournaments.
I wouldn't doubt it.
You know what I'm saying?
They already have the Madden tournaments, League of Legends, esports. Like,
hey, shout out to the esports.
But ESPN is kind of like a broader, you know what I'm saying, outlet. It's just
hey, they're really trying to step into every field. I mean, that's why UFC now is fucking like they got a big old contract with ESPN Plus, and like they're fucking have like fights like 3 times a week.
that's the one that's scary to me. Is what they like. Boxing has always been like a traditional sport, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, these guys are just beating each other's brains in. You know what I'm saying? And now we're just like, it's becoming more and more popular. These guys are not going to be lasting very long, bro, because I don't care what kind of medicine you have, what kind of technology you have. Your body is only so strong.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see that right now with Klay Thompson, you know, because you know he just sat out the entire year.
Great segue.
I know, right? but you know, he was just set out this entire year over an injury, and then you know how you always adjust when you're injured. You know, your body starts compensating in other ways, and then there goes his Achilles, right when he's getting
on the other side.
On the other side, bro.
Exactly,
it's terrible. But they said there was a stat. They said since 2010 or something like that, he's ran over like
The fourth most.
30,000 miles or something like that.
The fourth most amount of minutes since 2012, and he missed the entire last season and a half or something like that.
Yeah, so that's how much he's been running around. And then the person above him was LeBron James and Damian Lillard.
Dame Lillard, yeah. And there's one more, I believe, but I forgot who it was. But yeah, these are high volume guys. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, like Fabrizio said, the advancement of medicine and technology in medicine is going to help our bodies recover in ways we never thought existed. We're going to be old men looking at these young guys balling out their minds because they ain't feeling no pain. Just pissed off and mad.
One sport that they're not going to get advances. I don't know if you're talking about boxing. If you've seen that bare knuckle fight, like,
oh my god,
this dude named Chris Lieben. He used to be in the UFC. He trained at a gym I went to in San Diego. But dude, he's all helping run some bare knuckle fights and other shit. Man, that shit is even fucking more intense than UFC. Those gloves are like, people are going to get rocked. I think that's for me. I think that's more for people who are like, they're already kind of past that and they just need to make an extra buck or two.
Well, I feel like when it comes to bare knuckle fights, like the UFC gloves, they're not there to protect the person that they're fighting. They're there to protect your own hands.
Hands.
It's like, it still pretty much feels the same way. It's just like, the biggest difference would be like your hand can get fucked up now versus like just the person's face.
This shit's intense, bro.
I don't know. I think that little bit of padding goes a long way, especially because like skin on skin, like it rips. And then, I think the UFC refs, they fucking suck. Actually, it's the judges that suck worse.
Damn.
The judges suck. But bare knuckle, man, they're just waiting until somebody gets KO'd no matter what. And then
they have some on YouTube. I've seen some on YouTube, like some like Russian ones. There's like, and then there's like I don't know if you guys ever seen like the 5v5s. There's like, that's a crazy ass one. Like once one guy goes down, it's like just fucking downhill battle from there. It's like
exactly, because as soon as you're outnumbered, it's a wrap.
Yeah, like you'll see like one guy getting jumped by like two dudes, and I'm like, bro, what can you do? Like, there is no way to come back from this fucking this moment. Like the situation, it's over. Once one guy is out of there, he's out of there, and now it's 5 against 4, and it's like one guy's gonna get jumped, he's gonna lose that fight. Then it's the next guy's gonna get jumped. 3 guys on one, he's gonna lose that fight. It's like it takes one guy to go. It's crazy though,
because like I could watch that a lot more than I can watch the guys doing that slap fighting.
Oh my god,
that shit is that shit's intense, bro. Don't ever ask me to partake in any of that mess right there.
I would go 10-1 to watch it though. That shit looks intense. They slap the dog shit out of each other. You just hear that.
It's crazy because whoever wins technically lost the most because you kept getting slapped for the most rounds. You won, but yeah, congratulations.
With that concussion,
block of ice,
fucking rattled brain. Yeah.
These guys getting slapped on their ears, their necks, temples, getting knocked out 15 times a night. Like, come on, bro. I'm not.
That's exactly how I was feeling during the draft, man. I was sitting there ready to slap somebody because, damn it, I wanted my player. I wanted LaMelo Ball, and they didn't even get it.
Hey, but dude, we all grew up like with people always trying to slap box and shit. That people who always took that seriously, look, now they can make a couple dollars. Like I used to do this as a kid. I grew up to be a professional slapper.
They would not hang with these dudes at all. Some of these guys are the bare knuckle fighting that you were talking about, Fabrizio. The champion from that, I forget his name is Bear or something. He's a big white dude with a thing on. He's leading that bare knuckle fight league right now. He's like dominate, like he's like the best, like he's like the present day Kimbo Loki.
Damn, Kimbo slap, rest in peace, man. Damn.
Remember that?
Later I'm about to watch that 5v5 shit. I haven't really seen it, but it sounds interesting.
It's nuts. It's honestly nuts. But back to that NBA draft though, real quick. I just want to say Sheck West signed up for the NBA draft, didn't get drafted, and he dropped a song about the draft though. So yeah, if you want to
didn't get picked. Didn't get picked.
No, it was like
get picked.
It starts off like bitch I've been balling or something like that. So like he didn't really care, I don't think, but he did sign up for the draft. If you guys don't know who Sheck West is, he's the guy that sings the song Mo Bamba. I got hoes calling a young nigga.
And it's an actual NBA player.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I remember I was playing fantasy basketball one time when I was like, yo, this actually says Mo Bamba. Like, that's a real person?
Hey, but did he drop the song before or after?
He dropped
the
it
draft?
after the draft. Yeah. I know your team was the first pick, right, Daniel?
Yeah, the Timberwolves were the first pick. I was so excited for the last month, just being like, "Oh yeah, we have to get LaMelo Ball," because I'm a fan of that family. I'm a fan of LeVar Ball, his dad. That's one of my favorite people that is still alive. I like hearing the crazy quotes coming out of that guy. So I definitely wanted to hear more of LeVar Ball, and having LaMelo Ball on the team would just automatically, put him on the forefront. And I believe in LaMelo's game. We all watched him grow up from a little kid. Now he's 6'7", 6'8", running around here, and he's evolved into a great passer. He's got a great shot from the 3-point line. He drives the basket, and he's box office. Like, he's one of those people that you'll buy a ticket just to go watch him, even though your team's going to get smacked. But back to like how I did that call back there. Even though your team's about to get smacked, you'll still go to watch the game. And so that's something more exciting, because we have prototypical guys. Like we do have a point guard, we do have a center, but they're not exciting to watch. They're just like normal people. I'm gonna come out there, I'm gonna do my job. He's gonna do his job. There's nobody to get the crowd excited, to get you saying, I want to go watch the Timberwolves play. But so that's why I was really hoping we got him.
I can kind of connect this for you. He went to the Hornets, which play in Charlotte, which is in North Carolina, which is where your Panthers play. So be happy.
You think he's got to beef up a little, though?
No, definitely not.
I'll never hear that argument just because of Kevin Durant. They always said that when he came out, and he's never had to do it.
But you have his style of play, though. It's a style of play. Kevin Durant isn't a back to the basket. You also, the taller you are, the less weight you really need, because your length is what allows you to play with your back to the basket, because guys can't reach around you. You could turn, just like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was pretty skinny, but his length gave him the advantage to where he didn't need the weight. So it's the same thing.
I'm not talking about skinny. Like, you could be like bit like just tone, like your muscles just have to, I mean, you don't got to be like fucking big as in like fucking bulky, like all swole. But, put a little weight on it.
Also, the way that they change the rules, though, too, allows guys who handle the ball to kind of do whatever they want and like lean into guys. And on defense, you can't lean into anybody. So it's almost like the weight is becoming kind of more of a burden nowadays in today's basketball. It's not like back then where it was Shaq, he was putting on weight and you guys couldn't stop him from scoring, because nowadays Shaq would put up probably 40 points a game, but it's not a guarantee that his team would win, because other teams are putting up hella points with 3-pointers. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's just it's a difference of game. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's all about body mechanics too. Like he mentions Kevin Durant, if you see him, just like how his body flows, it's like, there's big dudes who are kind of gumpy. Like they're not nearly as efficient as, someone like Kevin Durant. Or maybe
you could pull up from 30.
It also depends on like your growth spurt. Remember, these guys in the NBA, they're anywhere from, I mean, some are shorter in the 5 feet, but most of them are like 6'5" plus, So it's like, when did they acquire their height? Because like guys who have been getting tall little by little by little their whole life, their coordination is like synced up with their age.
Yeah.
As opposed to kids who they'll go from 5'10" to 6'6".
They got to get used to it.
In 2 summers.
Yeah.
And then they got to get used to it, and then they keep growing and they can't get used to it. That's how you have centers that are 6'9" that aren't that mobile, but you have point guards that are 6'11" who really are mobile. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends. We all different in a way.
Sure. I don't really have a poll today, but I have like a couple more like announcements real quick that I can drop. So if you guys want to think about a poll while I'm doing that, that'd be great. In movie and TV news, we got a new Justice League Snyder Cut trailer that was released. You can check that out on YouTube. The first Tom and Jerry trailer was also released on YouTube, starring Chloe Grace Moretz. Scream 5 will actually just be called Scream and has also wrapped up filming, so I'm sure we can be looking forward to a trailer sometime here soon. Disney is actually planning on moving forward with the Deadpool 3. It's a go. They already have their writers. Obviously, they just need to pick up the rest of the cast and actually come up with a script. And then I'm sure we'll have Deadpool 3 the 2022, maybe 2023 at the latest. The the CW is planning on ending Black Lightning with season 4. In my opinion, it wasn't the greatest show ever. None of those CW shows are, in my opinion, but I kind of watched it. I supported it because it was a bunch of black actors and actresses. But other than that, it's not a super great show or super inspiring or anything like that. So, I mean, I'm not.
Was that the one with the albino?
Yeah,
was at your house that one time?
I forget his name, but yeah, that show's getting canceled. I mean, plus, of course they're gonna get rid of the brother first. Of course, he one of the newest shows, but they got to get rid of him. But whatever, it's not a big deal. And then, last but not least, I also wanted to mention some game stuff. This is unfortunate news, but Marvel's Avengers has already lost 96% of the players it had from launch. It lost like millions of dollars already. I don't know what they can do to save this game, but just so you guys know, it is on sale right now for pretty much half off. It is on sale for $30 right now on the PlayStation Marketplace. And actually, this goes into my next thing for gaming. There's actually a Black Friday sale going on until November 30th, where you can get up to 70% off on some games. Pretty much whatever you guys could think of has some kind of price ticket next to it. I mean, Mortal Kombat, DLCs, Assassin's Creed games, Spider-Man games. I don't think anything brand new is on there, but like Ghost of Tsushima is already on there. Spider-Man that came out in 2019 is on there. God of War is on there. Stuff for in-game currency is on there and stuff like that too. So there's a ton of stuff on there. So if you guys were thinking about buying anything digitally, but now might be the best time to get it. It's probably going to be the lowest price of the season. And like I said again, Marvel's Avengers is only $30 right now, so it might be worth it if you really wanted to play it and maybe couldn't afford to get it originally. And that is about it. Did anybody come up with the poll?
I didn't, but I got some pissed off breaking news I got to address.
What?
It's basketball. So, I'm a Clippers fan.
Okay.
Montrezl Harrell, who's our 6-man candidate of the year, went over to the fucking Lakers right across the hall.
Oh,
2-year deal.
damn.
Oh, the free agency started already?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
And also, Joe Harris is returning to the Brooklyn Nets 4-year deal. So that's looking good. That's looking really good for Brooklyn. That's all I got right now, but couldn't really come up with a poll.
I got a poll, but you guys might have already done it yet. Because I've been trying to fucking get this PS5. I'm just wondering, the PS5 or the Xbox? Why?
I think the vote on that one swayed toward PS5.
Yes,
all
absolutely.
right, for sure. I've been trying to get that. I was texting Brand the other day. I was like, how high should I go? And I was like, maybe I could flip one on eBay still, because I seen some sell on eBay for fucking $1,600. Because the motherfucker's gonna want one for Christmas. I'm trying to get one, but
supposedly there's some more coming in stock like this week or so, or next week or something like that, for like Walmarts and stuff like that. So I mean, if you guys are still looking for a PS4 or PS5, definitely be on the lookout for that as well. I'm sure they're gonna have some more in stock for the holiday season. This is the best time of year for consoles to sell, so I'm sure they're not gonna be dumb and let this time go by. They're definitely gonna have something in stock by the time
it's
Christmas
gonna be
actually comes
fucking hard
around.
to cop though, because like I was reading, they're like, okay, GameStop is gonna have them physical. Then I hit up the GameStop and they're like, oh, we've actually switched the sale over to online only. So my fucking internet better be working, because I'm trying to get one.
Well, the problem with that too, there's a lot of people with bots that are like waiting in lines and like buying up like a lot of PlayStations.
I got a poll.
Go ahead.
That's actually kind of relevant to me because my schedule's been kind of off at work. I work the same schedule. It's just like my sleeping patterns. I want to know from the people who partake in our voting, are you an early bird or a night owl?
Okay.
And I kind of want to see how those positions sway. I have a feeling that even the people who aren't night owls are going to select night owl because they probably can't sleep, because our generation deals with a lot of that.
That's called anxiety.
But yeah, anxiety, depression, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Good TV shows is on late. I just want to see though. But I can almost guarantee the people who are saying early birds, it's probably by default because they work in the morning.
Facts.
But I just want to see how that how those numbers play out.
Do you guys vote on your poll? Do you comment on your poll?
I vote too. I do.
I do as well. Well, what are you guys?
I would say I'm more of an early bird because I like to sleep, bro. Like
Get up and get at it.
it's not even so much that, it's just kind of like you said, like I'm kind of forced into it because of work, but like I enjoy sleeping at night. Like I'm not really like I'm not the type to be like I need to go out and do something, bro. I got all this energy, let's go do something, like I'm usually like I'm usually the person that's more reluctant to go versus just like, oh, I'm there. I'm just like, all right, man, I'll go. Like if nobody hits me up, I am not mad at that at all.
Big facts. What about you, Daniel?
You're an early bird mostly because of work, but it's so ingrained in me at this point. Like tomorrow I have off, I can guarantee I'm gonna be awake at 7.
Yeah.
Oh, clearly.
Same. Fabrizio?
Dude, it's hard for me. I would say early bird because I just don't fucking like to waste the day. Like I feel like I got shit to do. But the thing is, I wake up so early that sometimes nothing's open, and it's like also I have the issue where it's like I don't go to sleep because even if there's nothing to do, I feel like there's going to be, or I'm just staying up late. So what sucks for me is like I don't get that much sleep, especially right now because I'm working too. So it's like I just, I don't even get home till fucking midnight. And then I still, even if I stay up till 2 or I go to bed right at 12, I always wake up right at 7. It's like,
well, I got some bad news for the night owls. It's curfew, motherfuckers.
For real. Shit. Stay your ass.
What about you, Joey?
Oh, I'm a early bird. By nature, I can wake up early, but it just depends on what I'm doing. If I know that I'm going to be out late or I have something come up where I might be out a long time, I'm one of those people who prepares with a nap. So the fact that I have to prepare for it tells me that I am naturally a morning person. Because I mean, I used to work at a country club doing landscaping for a golf course. So we start 4:35 in the morning. By the time I get off work, it's 1:30. I could take a nap, wake up at 3, and I still have hours of daylight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just feel like Fabrizio said, I feel like I'm missing too much day if I don't do something. The sun comes up at 6, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to be a farmer to get up. You know what I mean?
Facts.
But I will tell you this though, I sleep in. I'm known to do that when I'm off.
So seems like we're all fucking morning people. Have you guys always been that way, or did something change? Because me, I always wake up early. I'd stay at my friend's house, do this, do that, and I'd always be like the first one up. Like, come on, motherfuckers, I'm hungry. Like, we gotta go.
I think responsibility just kind of made it that way, or maybe the military. Because when I was probably before 2013, I stayed up a mini at night, until like 2, 3 in the morning. Wouldn't wake up until like noon or later, just playing video games. So it definitely was probably age and maybe like responsibility, a combination of both those things pushed me towards, you need to take your ass to bed and wake up in the morning. And now I just like, kind of like Daniel said, like I do the same thing. I wake up naturally at like 7 o'clock because that's when I'm supposed to go to work. So like my body just is accustomed to that. I hate it.
And I used to have an overnight shift, and I absolutely hated it. So that kind of put it in my mind that you an early bird, dude.
Yeah.
I figured it out that I was an early bird in high school because the weekend would come and I would actually try to sleep in, and my back would hurt. Like if I slept past 7:38, my back would start to hurt.
Saturday morning cartoons, pimping. You got to be up.
Speaking of, what's up with that Tom and Jerry? I'm kind of excited for that. I didn't even know about it till you told us.
Oh, it's a little live action film they're gonna do. It's like, I guess they're supposed to be like done with wherever they're at, and they move into like a hotel. Well, Jerry moves into a hotel. The hotel obviously wants to get rid of a rat, and Chloe Grace Moretz, instead of using like poisons and stuff like that, she decides to hire Jerry to get rid of, she decides to hire Tom to get rid of Jerry. And of course, like the usual antics take place. The only difference is that it's a live action setting. So everything around them is real. They're the only two that are like cartoons.
That's kind of dope.
Are they gonna have the black woman in there?
No, oh my God, no. They better not.
Well, good.
But I think that's about it. Thanks for being on the show, Fabrizio. I'm really glad you got to join us and grace us with your voice.
Dude, it was really.
You got to slide in on us more often.
Dude,
bro.
I always hit Brandon up telling him it's just because I got shit to do. But dude, it's actually pretty cool. I'm glad that I got to talk to all you guys because I haven't seen you in fucking forever, unfortunately. But hopefully I'll get to pull up there. We gotta fucking get this moving. Like and subscribe, bitches. We're trying to get on YouTube. We're trying to have that Joe Rogan style podcast, okay? I mean,
I'm trying to tell Brandon we got to get an OnlyFans, bro.
Bro, like, no lie, like 3 people already like, yo, bro, you should do it. And I'm like, oh my god, like I usually just kind of brush it off like with a joke, like, oh man, I'm gonna like go in my boxers looking at trees or something, like ha ha ha, like.
Yeah, but you know what? People are using OnlyFans.
Might not be wrong. It might be time for me to let them see the monster. You know what I'm saying?
You know what though? People are using OnlyFans for not just like new, like for like fucking Lexi Pantera. Like she just shakes that. She don't even do nude shit, and so do other people. They're just like, oh, watch my music video, watch this. It's like people are trying to monetize and like use OnlyFans for all types of shit. So
I thought about trying to monetize my weight loss journey. I thought that was ingenious, but I don't know.
Dude, just charge like $3 and do pay-per-view because that's the way you make the most money. So if people just want to, if they're fucking nosy, which everybody is, you might get a little paper.
Hey.
Just show him the monster.
Joey's really trying to get a sneak peek over here.
But all right, is that it for you guys? I think that's everything pretty much, huh?
Did I tell you guys about my Kanye West moment this morning?
Are you serious?
I'm serious. I had a Kanye West moment.
Oh my god, why would you not say this before the end of the podcast?
I totally forgot until right
What
now.
kind of moment?
I totally forgot because I was sitting there, right? I pretty much created a song like on the spot when I was driving, but I sampled. So basically, there's like this in Revelations. They talk about where they blow all the horns right before God comes back, right? So I was thinking, if they blow the horns, this and that, like what song would you play, when God is coming back, right? So it was just like they blow the horns. They do it like 7 times, right? And then all of a sudden, from the background, you hear is.
Oh my god!
but in my head, I was making it like a choir, like if I was Kanye West and I had people actually doing the choir, and they were like singing the song and everything, and they were just like, "It's the final girl, hallelujah, He saved me, hallelujah, the King of Kings, Lord of Lords." No. I was doing that for like an hour in the car. I'm just making it.
That's so funny, bro. That's one of my favorite things to do. I make people feel uncomfortable. So when I blast music in my car, right? And you ever catch somebody in their car, like bumping their music, like nodding their head or singing or something, and you look at them and they see you looking at them and they get embarrassed? Yeah, that don't happen to me, bro. If people catch me vibing to a song, I'll stare them dead in the eyes and keep doing it, and then they still feel weird.
You fucking grab the water bottle from the center console, you're all looking left, you like just start fucking singing right there.
I roll down my window and I make it personal. You know what I'm saying?
Well, all right. That's it for real this time, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So long, fellas. So long. All right. Well, all right, piglets. This has been another installment of Culture by the Uncultured. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Culture by the Uncultured. Remember, piglets, Culture by the Uncultured is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, and YouTube. We hope everyone out there is staying safe, and if you can't be safe, be deadly. Catch you guys next time. Later, piglets.